Pearl has had the podcast of the year with this one, bro. 1.2 million views in a fucking day. She out here crushing it, bro. And a lot of y'all telling me that I need to peep where Brittany Renner, she wants advice from Tate. So, kind of advice you want, girl. This should be cool. Let's get it.
All right, I love everything we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, so to all of the viewers out there, including myself, right? You live life. There's gray area. You live and you fucking learn, right? So where the fuck do we go from here? So do I play the shame game where everybody walks away a fucking loser? Because I can do that. I beat myself up my entire life for every decision I've ever made, right? It got me nowhere. No. So I value myself. I see the world differently through a series of events, right? So what the fuck comes next? Because that's where I'm confused, right? Because I'm not. It's like if you don't, if it's not like gifted to you, like even in your situation, like your dad provided you a life that like so many people would kill for, like you know what I mean? So that's why it's like it sucks because the reason I hate these conversations is because it's never about like empathy. Do I understand the scales and how someone may view you for this, that, and the third? Okay, but moving forward, then what? So okay, so I'm just gonna, like I said, make it about myself. I'm 30, single, mom. My fucking checkered past is all over Instagram. You know what I mean? I have people like you. Or, she's a hoe. She's literally known for this. Okay. So what would be your advice to people like me then?
Is she like playing victim though? I don't like that shit though. I don't like that, bro. Like you've been like overexposed to the damage you've done thus far. And it's like essentially, yeah, you committed the crime. You don't want to do the time. And that's essentially where you are right now. I know I was here to hear what the fuck Tate has to say, man. But for me, and a woman in that situation, like who are you expecting to be empathetic? Women will be empathetic for you, but unless you're gonna go be with a girl, then that's not gonna help you. If you're expecting a man to be empathetic for you and the shit you are guilty of directly affects how men view you, but they're supposed to be empathetic for you when they have a plethora of other women that they don't have to deal with this shit with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be tough. It's damn near impossible for her to meet the expectations that she has. It's impossible. It's impossible. Like literally she's fucked. I don't imagine her being with someone she respects or admires. Like that ship has sailed when you go on social media talking the way you fucking talk and, you know, just sabotaging, just living in self-sabotage, right? Unbeknownst to you, you ain't aware of it, but I mean, tough titty, bro. Like that's the world we live in, bro. Like you got to live with the decisions you've made. And like, to be honest with yourself, a woman now, if you're a woman out here and similar to this situation as well, when your whole lifestyle and how you view men and how you move with men and just the promiscuity that just comes from your pores has been overexposed on social media. Why on earth would a man, the man that you want, take you serious? Why would he? Why would he? But that's just women don't understand a man's perspective on that, bro. Like, a motherfucker's not about to tie himself to you, have you represent him when you are literally a walking embarrassment, bro. You mean to tell me this dude has all this power in his hand? He can make shit move. He got status. He got all this shit. And he's tied himself to you? Why? You're embarrassing. You're an embarrassment. And you a single mom? Double whammy, bro. Like, the only thing she can do is lower her standards. That's it. But she's not going to be satisfied with that, which is just going to turn into a indefinite time of loneliness, bro. At least she got a kid. She's never going to be technically by herself. But the man that she won't, nah, hell nah, bro. Hell no. She need to go find her another PJ, like another little young buck who doesn't know what the fuck is going on out here in these streets. Take advantage of that. But you know, a man who knows his shit. That's why, bro. Fellas got to know your fucking worth, bro. If you worth a damn, you got to know it. You got to know it. You got to know the leverage you have, the worth you have, so you don't find yourself entangled with a situation like this where you can, you know, be embarrassed in front of the world when you call this motherfucker your wife.
But I don't believe in grey area. I believe black and white.
So okay, well, that's unfortunate because there's gray.
And then she's so hostile with it too. She's like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" Like, bitch, you did it. You need to check your tone, girl. You did it to yourself. You need to check your tone. She can't handle the accountability, bro. She's like, you know what? I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do now? Hey, you really can't do shit. You can't do shit, bro. Move to fucking Nicaragua or something.
Well,
There's gray.
I just
There's
think,
gray in life.
do you know what? To
People-
answer, wait,
go
I'm
on,
going to answer.
let her
question.
answer first.
I mean, I just think there's consequences for your decisions, and I just think
Boom.
like my best advice would be to like lower your standards, like that.
Bruh, I swear, dog. Great minds think alike, bro. Great minds think alike.
Because I just think there's going to be consequences for putting, promiscuous stuff on the internet.
Okay.
And you probably won't get the type of guy that you could have got at 22.
Facts.
and
Do you know what,
21.
sister?
It wasn't
Facts.
meant to be then.
Do you know what I'll tell you? I would say, because I'm 30 and I'm single out of a situation that actually is not because I was a hoe and I was doing whatever. People can't call me that. I made it by decision to be with
Shots fired. Hey, I wasn't a hoe, but shots fired, bro.
somebody that hurt me a lot, and I stayed for 5 years. I came out super late. And do you know what I realized? What I learned is that I know now that I have to be selective and I have to think. If me taking longer to get to that stage is what it takes, then that's what it takes. You accept your future, you accept everything with gratitude, because as long as you're breathing, that's the most important thing. At least you've got your child. I am not afraid because I know the quality of woman that I am. I know my value regardless of whether I'm 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you don't be afraid by other people's time limits and limitations and all of these
But
things.
to know that
You
Because it
have
actually
to, though. You got to, bro. That's living in delusion, living in la la land. This girl just like to hear herself talk. She don't be saying, she don't be talking about nothing. And when she be talking about, it sound like it's coming out her ass, bro. I know my value. I know my worth. That's fine for you to know it. But if you're looking for a suitor, you're looking for a man, it depends on what value they place on you. And if you like, I got all time in the world, I'm 30, I'm taking my time. All right, take your fucking time, bro. But that clock is real. And you want to act like it's not there, you're in denial, bro. You're in denial. You're on the fucking clock. I know my value. I know my worth. And the man that I potentially be with is going to recognize that as well. Well, you have fun with that. You have fun with that. She gonna have to lower her standards too, right? And that's fucked up because she said she wasn't even a hoe out here, but it's just time not on her side now. You know what I'm saying? You need to you need to get your shit in gear. You need to prioritize what's most important to you and a man and all that, and lower them fucking standards. And you know what I'm saying? Let it roll, let it rock.
Doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why.
No, but your value goes down as you get older.
That's according to you.
No, but I'm saying to
According
men.
to
I know
men.
You have to understand
I'll tell you
your
why.
buyer.
I'll tell you why. Because since Mr. Andrew Tate explained something about status, I understand very well what that actually means. And as a woman, the quality and the value that I hold for myself is actually the kind of value and quality that a man will appreciate the status it will bring to him, whether or not I'm a virgin. Because I've worked on myself to be a woman of quality and substance. I respect myself and I handle myself as such. Okay? And that is the way that you're going to actually overcome all of these bad mistakes that you've made. Because
How do you know if you haven't overcome them? Yeah, you just talking out your ass. You don't know nothing. You sound naive. You don't know nothing. Because if it was that easy, I know my value, blah, 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 blah. You would have found a man already. You've been wifed up. You would have had kids. You would have been happy. But clearly that's just not working.
you are right now actually will make a difference if you stick to it and if you mean it and if you've always been that way. There's always another story for everybody. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine.
you know what
Just find somebody that's more emotionally mature.
Do you know what I would have said to you?
What
I would
are
have
you about to say, Andrew? Because you just started speaking. Up.
I was
wanna-
going to say...
Andrew, she
I
said.
said Andrew.
wait,
I want to
wait.
hear. I really because you've been through a lot in your life. When she told me that you were going to be on and we were going to be on this panel together, I started watching a bunch of your videos, and it really was like there's so much that you have been through, which is why you have a well of wisdom, right? And the difference between me and you is that you're glorified for it, and I am burned at the stake for everything that I've been through.
Double standard
And
is real.
It's so funny because people
That
have
double standard is real. Men and women are different. Man don't want a fucking woman out here wise beyond her years, who been through it, who been battle tested, who can no, fuck that. They want something that they can go through things with. Man, you got a girl out here who been with everybody, been and seen every fucking thing. Like, men appreciate first time experiences with women, man. It facilitates more of a connection with her to him. Right? But if you been here, done that, did this, fucked him, been to this trip, been in this car, been in this chopper, took this boat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do with you? What are you bringing to me? What fulfilling am I getting out of that? If you've been here, done there, and done that, like, I can't even take you a trip nowhere. You've been there 10 times already, right? But that double standard is real. It sucks. But men and women have to walk this life differently. Look, I'm here trying to listen to Tate, bro, but this shit is like, it's always interesting, bro. Brittany Renner is blind, just as blind as all these other modern women out here, man. But I mean, she's a queen, modern queen, Thoughtville woman that don't want to hold accountability now and want someone to take her serious now because she knows her value now. But you don't have the amount of value that you think you have because you did too much damage to that motherfucker down there.
I've always said that we were two sides of the same coin as far as like, well, if Andrew Tate gets banned, Brittany Renner should get banned because we are all about accountability and fucking truth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been through a lot, I've been through a lot. I'm seen as used goods, you're seen as a high value man.
Yeah.
So if you're me, then what? What's next?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
You
It's
fucked.
interesting you make that observation,
Literally
and you're
fucked.
correct. That's the difference between the masculine and the feminine. It's unfair, I guess.
The
world's
double
not
standard.
fair, but that's the difference between the masculine and the feminine. Men are respected for going through things and surviving, and women are the complete opposite. They're shamed for going through things and surviving. If you look at women love scars on men for a reason. He's gone through something.
They're war wounds.
Yeah,
That was a bar. That was a bar, bro. That said it all, dog. Mic drop again, dog. For real. He's battle tested. I know I can rely on this motherfucker. It don't go the other way. She's battle tested. I mean, you would do want to rely on your fucking woman. She needs to be reliable, but she's not supposed to be the fucking rock. That's supposed to be for you. The man is a provider, the protector, making sure everybody cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta relinquish that control to a woman because she's battle tested. She's been through it, dog. The relationship dynamic is flipped. You can't move that way, bro. Like, the man is the man, the woman is the woman, point blank, period. The woman's supposed to be protected, and the man's supposed to protect. And if you got a woman that don't need protection because she's been through enough to expect, then, hey, not a turn on.
Men don't want a chick covered in scars.
Facts.
I'll say this right now, that a woman, the more trauma she goes through, the more masculine she naturally becomes. And if you were to give me my ideal woman, I would not have wanted her to have a hard life and a bunch of trauma. I like the idea of her having a soft feminine life and being a soft person, and I can take care of her.
You
and
can
protect her.
maintain that value hard, bro. I can make her life as easy as it has been thus far. How often do we hear those? I mean, clearly, because everybody goes through trauma, and that trauma really affects these women, and they walk through life with these masculine fucking masks on and shit, and they're dealing with trauma. They bring that trauma into relationship, and they expecting the man to be able to deal with that trauma, to break her down, to fix her and shit. But that's a lot of work, and you know what I'm saying? What man's gonna volunteer for that, bro? Like right off top, motherfuckers want the path of least resistance. If I know your ass already got walls up, you're a fighter, you've been through shit, your man and beat you, which as unfortunate as it is, but it's reality. Like, men don't want to do with that, especially like men who have their pick, who can get whatever woman they want. You know what I'm saying? They're not dealing with that at all. And Brittany wants one of those type of men. So
Whereas, as a man, to be a good man, you need to have been through a bunch of trauma. Because if you
Facts.
haven't been through trauma as a man, you're a weakling. You have to have
Facts.
been through a bunch of shit. So
Facts.
the masculine and the feminine is a very interesting point there. As for, I don't know your history, I don't know the past, but we can just talk in generalizations in regards
People
to
like me, I guess,
Okay,
under
well,
the same umbrella. It doesn't have to be personal.
I don't know
Yeah.
any of it, but we'll give generalizations. One of the main reasons that men are scared of a female with history is because it makes the man insecure. And scared dogs bite. So this is why men will snap or get angry quick, or they'll bring up your if you get in an argument with him, he'll bring up your history, whatever. But a lot of it is insecurity, and it's not insecurity because the man is insecure. The women, the female paradigm in society convinces men, any man who says anything, you're insecure. It's not insecure in that way. It's insecure in a very realistic, logical way. Like I was saying earlier, she's had a lot of life experience. Let's be honest. Am I the richest guy she's ever had? No. Am I the most famous guy she's ever had? No. Am I the best looking guy she's ever had? No. Like, what's keeping her here? And then part of it comes down to, well, am I second place? If she could do better, would she do better? Like, there's a whole bunch of insecurity involved. And that's where tiny things, like I know it sounds like dumb shit, tiny things about the favorite car brand become more important than ever, right? It's your job as a woman, regardless of how much sexual history you've had or what guy you're with, etc. It's your job as a woman to make your man feel secure in the fact and make him feel like a man, like Auntie was saying, make him feel like the man no matter what he does, so that he feels like you really truly believe he's the best choice for you on the planet. That's your job to do. Now, if you've had a checkered past, that's perhaps more difficult. You need to be more tactful with it, more tactical about it. But you have to achieve the same result. You have to do the exact same thing, right?
that's excellent dating advice for a woman, to get a man, keep a man when you make him feel like, you know, he's number one. But that information is not going to help Brittany at all, man, because that's not what I don't think that's what Brittany struggles with in relationships. Like, I'm sure she'd be able to fucking stroke a man's ego like a motherfucker, make him feel the man. She's probably been doing that shit. She's been out here in these streets. She know what it is to keep a man's attention, but that's not gonna work for her because her struggle is the fucking scarlet letter she's wearing, bro. Like, she's the whore, bro. And I don't know how you mitigate that. How do you erase that stigma? You have to get a really empathetic, understanding man who gives no fucks about that and chooses you over all of that. The man that you want over all of that. That is an impossible feat, bro. And the only way she can get around that is to lower the fucking standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, excellent dating advice, bro. But I don't know too many men out here who got their shit together who's willing to fucking volunteer to be with a woman that's her mere existence with you is embarrassing. Embarrassing, bro. You go on YouTube. It's like it's damn near being with a porn star, bro. It's not as of a larger scale, but similar when you got her documented with millions of views saying the crazy shit she fucking says. Like, you are gonna have to be okay with that. What? Men are territorial. What the fuck? I don't want my girl being highlighted like that. Absolutely fucking not. You know what I'm saying? So,
right? So yeah, it's easy for me if I get a 21-year-old virgin from some village in Slovakia and I'm multi-millionaire Andrew Tate. Of course, it's a very easy. She's never had better. She'll never get better. She's never been anywhere. Boom, boom, easy one, right? But like you said, the world's not so idealistic. The reality is that people have had relationships, et cetera, et cetera. But a man is happiest in the relationship when he feels like man of the house and when he truly feels like you believe he's the best man that you could possibly ever get and have ever gotten. Because a man is jealous. I'll tell you something. I used to say this to girls as like a joke. And I used to say,
truth in jest.
I used to say, no, but I say it as a joke. So you cheated on me before I met you. And she'd be like, what do you mean? I didn't even know you. It's like, yeah, you fucked that guy before I even knew you. You cheated on me. And they used to laugh, whatever. But that's how men think. That's the male mind. Like, I love you. And you've been fucked by who? But I didn't know you. I don't care if you knew me. You should have waited. What do you mean? But that's the male mind. So he is in competition with all of your exes and all of your lifestyle and all the things you've done permanently. And it's down to you as a woman to sit there and go, how do I make him secure in himself and secure in his masculinity and make him believe that investing in me is still worthwhile because I still truly value him, despite the fact that I could do X, Y, Z. I hope that gives some clarity, but that's the answer.
So how do you
but that I don't know what clarity is. It probably made her feel better because he was nice. Because that information applies to all women in general. But like I said before, it doesn't apply to Brittany. How does a man know that you're worth the investment with all the baggage that comes with you? That's what we're talking about. How do you get a man to get around the baggage? You can make him feel like the fucking man, but there's other women out here that can make him feel like the fucking man that's not gonna come with that fucking baggage. Baggage ain't even a fucking word. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was all cute what he said, but it doesn't apply to women in Britney's shoes at all. So I think she's fucked. I think she's fucked.